Now we're going to add some bullet shells that get ejected from our gun. They fall to the floor and remain there. JW from Vlambert said, later when I'm walking back here from defeating a boss, I can see I shot a lot of bullets. That was fun. Okay, so we want to go and make sure we've got our casing there. There it is. We want to edit our gun. Oh, let's just have a quick look at the shell casing script. It's got this tag casing on it, and it does some other stuff. We don't need to worry about that. Casing is the tag. Okay, let's go edit our gun script. And we want to, when the level starts, we want to save the casing as a class, just like we did with Sparks and Muzzle Flash. So we can duplicate set class Sparks in here, and we will make a new variable, call this casing, and that tag was casing. So the little bullet casings that get ejected from the gun after it fires a bullet. Okay, then when we shoot, which is down here in our shoot function, we want to eject a casing. So we'll make a new function for that. We'll go to functions, drag out to do something. We'll call this eject casing. Put that down there. And we will call that function eject casing right there after we do the muzzle flash. Okay. Now in this casing function, what do we want to do? Well, we want to do a bunch of stuff similar to what we were doing with our muzzle flash, really. It might actually be easier for us to just duplicate a lot of these blocks. So let's duplicate create new instance, and this is going to be the class of casing. We also want it to move in front, so we'll duplicate that. That instance will move in front of the gun. What else? Do we want this whole scale thing? Yes, we do. Right click, duplicate the if scale is greater than. And then we want the Y position as well. Set Y position. And then last of all, we want to send some messages to the casing. So when we eject the casing, we need to give it a velocity. But if we go to physics, we can only set the velocity of myself. We can't set the velocity of another object. So we'll send a message to the casing to tell it, this is what your X velocity and this is what your Y velocities should be. For that, we'll go to events, and under message sending, we want send message to object with myself. Okay. Now, how are we going to use this? Well, let's just go over what we've got. Ejecting a casing, creates a new casing, moves in front of the gun. If the gun is facing right, it will position the casing. Where do we want it to position to? Let's position it to the X position of myself -6. Tweak that a bit. And if it's facing left, sorry, then it will go to +30. +30. Okay. And then the Y position should be -6. Good. Now, the sending message will send our velocities in here. So if the gun is facing to the right, we want the shells to go ejecting back, so they'll go to the left. So we'll send a message called X velocity to, not to instance object, throw that away. We want to send it to local instance, which is the new casing clone that we just made. And the information we send along will not be myself, it'll actually be a number. And we want it to go back, and maybe we could randomize the velocity that it goes back at. So maybe -200 to -400. So we need a random number block from operators, random integer from -200 to -400. Okay, then we want to do the same if we're facing the other direction, except we want to go to the right this time. So if the gun's facing to the left, casing will get ejected behind and it'll go to the right. And then the Y velocity we can put down here. Send message Y velocity. And what number should it go up at? Let's say between -200 and -500. You can play with these numbers if you want to have the casings eject further, maybe more up, maybe more across. Just play with those numbers there. Okay, let's give it a try. See if we can eject casing when we shoot. And that looks pretty cool. And just like JW said, you can see where you've been and fights that you've had. Cool. Okay, now we're going to change some of our sounds. We'll use a bit more bass in our gunshot sound. By using a gunshot sound with more bass, our shooting will feel more powerful. JW said that a game designer he knew was working on a gun, but the investors thought the gun was bad and the gameplay needed to be fixed. So he just went and bass boosted the audio for the gunshot, but he told him that he fixed the gameplay, and the investors said, "Oh yeah, that feels good now." And now it's one of the most popular guns in that game. I think that person was working on Call of Duty. So let's go to our gun and edit the script there. We're going to change the sound effect that gets played. We go to our shoot function in the gun, play sound effect shoot. Let's try shoot bass. Shoot bass, just like that. Now that gun feels a bit stronger. What we might also do is change the death sound on the zombie, make that more bassier as well. So we edit the zombie script, find the down here zombie death, and let's try zombie death bass. And you can see that sounds much more impactful. Cool. So bass definitely helps in the audio. Okay, next we'll make our machine gun even more souped up. We'll make it a super machine gun. Let's go and edit our gun script. Since our game is all about action, let's make it even more action-packed by making our gun into a triple machine gun. JW said, if you're making an action game, you might as well make it a proper action game. So we're going to go find our shoot function here. So we can see our shoot function runs this other function called shoot one bullet. We go down and find shoot one bullet. That down here shoots a bullet either to the left or to the right. To the right or to the left. What we want to do is take that, make a copy of it, and modify it a bit. So this down here that says this shoots big bullets, let's right click duplicate, and we're going to use this to make a better function that shoots heaps of bullets. So we'll go to functions, make a new function, call this shoot 3 bullets, and we'll put that in there, and then let's go put this one above the shoot 1 bullet. Okay, shoot 3 bullets. Now it's checking if we're facing right or facing left, and then it's shooting a single bullet. We want to shoot 3 bullets, so we're going to go and make a copy of, we're going to make each of these bullet functions into 3 bullet functions. We're going to right click duplicate so that we have 3. If I'm facing right, I'll shoot 3, and if I'm facing left, I will also shoot 3 bullets. Okay, good. Now, if we go back up to our shoot function, we're still saying shoot 1 bullet. So let's delete that, get rid of that. We'll go to functions now and we'll grab shoot 3 bullets. We'll use that instead. Back down here on shoot 3 bullets, we are shooting out 3 bullets in these directions with these rotations. Now, we could test this right now and see how it works, but some of these bullets might interfere with each other, so we might need to change their positioning a little bit and change their rotations as well. Let's just see what it does right now if we keep it like this. So you can see the bullets, they end up hitting each other and just kind of clumping together, which is kind of cool, but not really what we want. So we can go and fix that by making sure those bullets have slightly different positions so they don't hit each other. Okay, so if I'm facing right and I want to shoot 3 bullets, I kind of want the first bullet to go up a bit, second one to go straight ahead, and the third one to go down, so they kind of spray out like that. So I will make the top bullet, this will go angled up, so it'll be, the rotation here will be 352 to 357. 357. And the positioning, let's make it go up by Y position of the gun -18. So it'll go a little bit higher. The middle bullet here, let's get this one to go just 360. So it'll go straight ahead. 360. 360. And the Y position will be -12. Then the bottom bullet, we'll get that to be 363 to 368 degrees. So there will be a bit of randomization with the top and the bottom bullet. And that can be Y position -6. So these Y positions 18, 12, 6 would do down here if we're facing to the left. So -18, -12, -6. And the rotations, top, middle, bottom, these will be 183 to 188. This one will be just 180. 180. And then the bottom one will be 177 to 172. Okay. So we're shooting out 3 bullets now, left or right. They're getting positioned slightly differently, rotated a bit. Let's play that. And that looks pretty cool. That is a pretty fun gun to use. Nice.